Thank you for joining me for this overview of StarWind hyperconvergence and storage virtualization solutions. This video is brought to you by CloudReady, the official distributor for StarWind in ANZ and Pacific Islands. StarWind's advanced solutions can be tailored to your needs. Their hyperconverged infrastructure, or HCI for short, optimizes your resources while reducing complexity and cost. The StarWind product line features pre-configured, built-for-you hardware solutions and software solutions that enable you to build and create solutions on your own choice or hardware. StarWind HCA is designed to build a hyperconverged infrastructure that meets your precise needs. It combines compute, storage and networking resources within a compact cluster starting of 2 nodes for high availability on Microsoft Hyper-V and VMware vSphere. StarWind HCA has of course a range of default models, but we also offer a wide range of customization to meet your requirements. StarWind HCA is then delivered as a fully pre-configured and turnkey solution that you just need to rack, connect to power and network, and it's ready for use. Moreover, it is covered by a single support umbrella from StarWind for all of its components and proactive premium support that works 24/7, 365 days per year. While StarWind HCA is a fully pre-configured hardware solution based on Dell or Supermicro, there might be cases when you would like to get the same level of configuration, deployment and integration simplicity but on your specific hardware. This is where vHCI comes into play. Typically, there are 2 approaches to building infrastructure: DIY or getting a complete solution. In the first case, you have to spend a lot of time and have a lot of expertise, but you may minimize some of the expenses. In the second case, you get a complete solution, but you really get what the vendor wants to sell and not really what you want to buy. Is there any way to balance this? Yes. StarWind vHCI lets you use a StarWind partner of your choice and StarWind to build you the complete solution. Absolutely customized to your requirements and bringing together the cost saving of DIY with the ease of implementation of a complete solution. With StarWind vHCI, we provide you with recommendations on hardware, perform the full cluster stack configuration for you, starting from hypervisor configuration and up to setting up a cluster. We also perform the tests required to make sure the solution meets StarWind HCA high standards. Such a solution will also be covered by StarWind proactive premium support. The only difference here will be that hardware-related issues cannot be covered by StarWind, but we will still provide best of our effort to assist. The starter 2-node configuration can be deployed completely switchless and doesn't require any additional equipment or external witness to get started. To increase the storage redundancy, the storage subsystem is based on a hardware or software RAID, which would result in an even further improvement of the cluster resiliency. Once the hypervisor is utilized for running your application workloads as previously, the synchronization of storage between partners will be done over the network backend and provide carefree data replication. So, with all of that accounted for, let's go ahead and move on to see how the StarWind High Availability Architecture works in detail. If you don't require such services like full cluster stack configuration, VM migration assistance from old infrastructure and online health monitoring by the StarWind team, and you need a simple and reliable software to build a highly available cluster, then let me tell you about StarWind vSAN. StarWind vSAN comes in the form of a ready-to-go Linux VM deployed on the cluster nodes with storage to be virtualized and later managed and monitored by a dedicated detailed web management console. It virtualizes local physical storage and provides a cluster with high availability and well-performing shared storage using industry-standard iSCSI protocol. StarWind vSAN can further reduce virtualization expenses by utilizing commodity hardware and having very low requirements for system resources. To increase the storage redundancy, the storage subsystem is based on a hardware or software RAID, which would result in an even further improvement of the cluster resiliency. Once the hypervisor is utilized for running your application workloads as previously, the synchronization of storage between partners will be done over the network backend and provide carefree data replication. So, with all of that accounted for, let's go ahead and move on to see how the StarWind High Availability Architecture works in detail. This animation illustrates how the data is written and how the StarWind High Availability Architecture works in detail. StarWind does block-level replication, and all write requests would get acknowledged only once data hits the storage or the cache layer on both of the nodes. Optional, or on all 3 nodes with 3-way replication. RAM cache can be used in write-through or in write-back mode to boost both write and read operations. Once the cache is full, the data is then flushed to the underlying storage. So, since cache is replicated across nodes, a node failure will not lead to any data loss because there is always a mirrored copy on the remaining node, which we would consider an essential for mission-critical applications and SQL databases. Flash cache is used only in write-through mode, and only read operations on frequently accessed data will be boosted. So, this is the kind of architecture that would make sure that our solution provides you with enterprise-level reliability. Now, since providing high availability is one of the main goals for us, I'd like to elaborate a bit on the failures which StarWind's hyperconverged appliance can tolerate. Let me start off by describing a typical scenario with a single drive failure. Since all the drives within the StarWind HCA has local storage resiliency, a single drive failure won't affect the performance or reliability provided by the whole cluster. The second possible scenario would be with a loss of a whole node. Since StarWind HA Architecture keeps data identical on both hosts in real time, a situation where one of the hosts becomes inaccessible will lead to all of the virtual machines simply migrating to the partner host automatically without any human intervention. The least likely but possible scenario would be with a single drive failing on one node whilst the second node is also in a failed state. Have no fear, all of your mission-critical virtual machines will still be accessible, thanks to combining those two architectures we've covered previously. And finally, with the addition of a third node in conjunction with our three-way replication, the cluster's sustainability will reach a new level. A level where the simultaneous loss of two nodes and a single drive in the remaining third host wouldn't limit your accessibility. Even if the odds of the last scenarios are quite low, we can leave out the misery by being prepared for them. I hope this makes sense, and we've ironed out all the type of failures which you would no longer need to tolerate. StarWind hyperconverged solutions are highly scalable. Firstly, you might consider the scale-up capability, which we would consider a signature trait of StarWind. It enables you to add disks or even external storage arrays to increase the storage capacity. Because of active-active mirroring, the capacity can be scaled without any data availability downtime. The second option, the scale-out approach, would further increase both storage and compute power by adding nodes instead of adding individual components. This way you would improve the reliability of the whole system, since the data is replicated across multiple nodes by using the grid architecture, binding the nodes together into a single resilient grid. We do it by keeping local copies of data synchronized across nodes, ensuring that the applications would, as usual, have the shortest way to the storage. So, this is the kind of architecture that allows the cluster to stay operational and at the same time deliver stable performance, even after multiple node failures. Allow me now to pivot slightly and take a look at some of StarWind's other technology, namely those that assist with backups and disaster recovery, which is something very close to cloud-ready solutions. The StarWind Backup Appliance is a turnkey solution that can be seamlessly integrated into your existing backup infrastructure or be used to build or replace one. Its primary component is the fast NVMe storage, which facilitates prompt backups and restores. The appliance is fully pre-built, which means that all you need to do is connect it to your environment and start using it for backup jobs. The backup appliance is available in two models, 30 and 60 terabytes, but the storage size can be tailored according to your specific needs. Additionally, it comes with StarWind Premium Proactive support that monitors the appliance 24/7, 365 and ensures that the backups are running smoothly. With the StarWind Backup Appliance, you can expect high-speed backups and restores without worrying about meeting strict RTO and RPO requirements. Now, let's take a closer look at the architecture. The architecture behind the StarWind Backup Appliance is built around the main principles of simplicity. Basically, the fast NVMe storage is provisioned inside a StarWind virtual machine where it is presented to the backup software of your choice as an iSCSI target. Regarding your choice of backup software, we are compatible with almost any. However, we are also certified by Veeam as a preferred Veeam backup target. Lastly, it is worth noting that the StarWind iSCSI target has the capability to be mounted automatically onto the backup VM or host right before the backup process. This feature enhances the resilience of backup files against ransomware attacks. StarWind SAN NAS is a software-defined solution that will allow you to convert your server and its storage to a fully functional storage appliance, NAS, SAN or backup repository for your production. The software is hardware agnostic, so you can easily revamp or repurpose your current hardware. StarWind SAN and NAS provides you with a variety of storage configuration options for storage redundancy and performance. The options are hardware RAID, supporting RAID levels 0, 1, 5, 6, 10, 50 and 60. Linux software RAID. ZFS-based storage pool. The storage is presented over iSCSI, NFS, SMB and NVMe over fiber storage protocols. StarWind SAN and NAS is compatible with many backup vendors, but it is worth mentioning that SAN and NAS is certified by Veeam as a preferred hardened backup repository. StarWind SAN and NAS software is easy to install. You will have a user-friendly installation wizard. After installation, the storage configuration and monitoring will be done through comfortable web-based user interface, vCenter plugin or command line interface. Now let's talk about some use cases of StarWind SAN and NAS. Repurpose your old hardware to present highly available storage for VMware, Hyper-V, KVM or Xen. ZFS high-performance storage. StarWind SAN and NAS provides ZFS-based high-performance storage for applications that require extremely fast I/O resources with low latency. Create a backup repository for multiple backup products. StarWind SAN and NAS can be used as a backup repository to store multiple backup products, such as Veeam, Commvault, Arcserve or Veritas, etc., and provide an easily accessible offsite storage solution. Veeam Hardened Repository. StarWind SAN and NAS can be used as a hardened repository for Veeam, allowing organizations to leverage its advanced data protection capabilities across physical and virtual infrastructures. For many years, tape backup has been the foundational element of business backup infrastructures, recognized for its enduring reliability and superior security. However, managing a tape infrastructure can be laborious, requiring specialized personnel for its upkeep and a safe, off-site tape vault for data recovery should the primary site become compromised. On the other hand, disk storage is increasingly affordable and expansive, requiring no specialized staff for management. Additionally, disks offer more versatile options for disaster recovery scenarios. The advent of public cloud services provides object storage with a pay-as-you-go model, eliminating the need for manual labor to handle backups. Therefore, integrating disk and cloud backups offers a more efficient approach, automating the disaster recovery process, reducing backup infrastructure management costs, and enabling easier data restoration from anywhere in the world. Yet, there are hurdles. Cloud storage uses Object API, which is incompatible with disk storage. Moreover, many backup software solutions either lack cloud support or only accommodate specific, often expensive, cloud providers. This is where StarWind Virtual Tape Library, VTL, comes into play. It simulates a physical tape object that is compatible with almost any backup software and can support multiple clouds, providing a more versatile and efficient solution for your backup needs. StarWind Virtual Tape Library, VTL, is a native Windows application that can be installed on a bare metal Windows server or a virtual machine. It operates in tandem with backup software, emulating a physical HP LT07 or 8 tape library, which is then made accessible to your backup software via iSCSI. The backup software carries out the actual backup tasks to the StarWind Virtual Tape, which then forwards the tapes to the cloud or object storage. In terms of cloud support, StarWind VTL is compatible with Azure, AWS, Wasabi, Backblaze, and other cloud services that utilize S3-compatible object storage. The retention settings of StarWind VTL are highly adaptable and can be customized according to your specific needs. The initial step involves using the local storage of the backup server to generate virtual tapes. Afterwards, you have the option to configure StarWind to retain data on both local and cloud storage, delete virtual tapes from local storage after they've been replicated to the cloud, or preserve them locally for a designated period. Once the tapes are stored in the cloud, they can be set to automatically transition between different storage tiers in AWS or Azure. StarWind Virtual Tape Library, VTL, Appliance is a ready-to-deploy solution that can seamlessly integrate with your existing backup infrastructure. It blends the advantages of both spindle drives and solid-state drives, SSDs, to deliver quicker backups and even speedier data restoration. The appliance is entirely pre-configured and is available in 3 models, VTL A16, 32, 64, to meet various capacity requirements. Like its software counterpart, the StarWind VTL Appliance is fully compatible with numerous backup software options. In collaboration with Storage Heaven, we provide not only the opportunity to enhance your backup strategy with cloud support but also the capability to automatically transition your existing tape infrastructure to virtual tapes, thereby further streamlining your backup process. Many thanks for taking the time to listen to our StarWind presentation. Remember to contact Cloud Ready Solutions if you have any questions.